All right, you guys, here we go, man. Jelly Roll himself, man. Shout out to Jim Wyatt. Make sure you follow Jim Wyatt. Just chatted with Jelly Roll, this is Jelly Roll talking about, his love for the Tennessee Titans going back, back to when he was young. And this is cool because like Jelly Roll is like that guy who's worked his ass off. Like I've known about him, even me being in San Diego for so long. And now he's like mainstream, like it's crazy. And shout out to him, especially going from pretty much what I remember him as is a rapper, a freestyle rapper, to now doing like country singing, rapping still. Like that's incredible. How his growth has been. It's incredible. So let's listen to what he's got to say about the Tennessee Titans.
I've been a Titans fan since they came straight from Houston. Yeah. Being a Nashville native, we threw away all of our Dallas Cowboy gear. Was it Vanderbilt Stadium they played the first round? Or did they play here in Memphis too? I think.
Played in Memphis a little.
Went down to Memphis and see. We went to see them at Vanderbilt. And of course, my father had PSLs when the stadium finally got built. I watched that stadium get built and finished inside that juvenile next door. Not proud of it. Yeah. It's true.
Who were your guys back then? Who were your fans of? Which players?
Oh goodness, everybody. I mean, the Eddie Steve dynasty was hard to ignore. The Music City Miracle, of course.
He's talking about Eddie George and Steve McNair, the Music City Miracle. Like that was a special time even for me being. Not even 10 years old and watching Steve McNair and Eddie George dominate was something special. Still to this day, that type of quarterback running back combination, it's hard to find, especially in bell cow running backs. Eddie George carried the rock 300 times plus with like 6-7 fucking times in a row. It's crazy. But anyway, those days, if you didn't get to witness it, you missed out. But there's always YouTube and stuff. Go watch the Eddie George and Steve McNair stuff. I mean, God, it was fun, man.
Of course, I seen that too from that juvenile cell. Those were just crazy moments. But of course, the Vince Young era.
Vince Young.
All that. I was just thinking about the saddest part. Probably when we talk about this, the saddest part of losing Derrick for me was I feel like from day one the Titans have found their identity in their backfield. And I thought back to the history of that with Eddie George and Chris Young and all these crazy players under Derrick Henry. So it's the first time I can remember as a Titan fan in a long time of looking around and not knowing who's really going to fill that space completely.
What do you think about the current?
Okay, so he's over there talking about like the identity of the Titans. Like the Titans are always known for their running backs, Eddie George, Chris Johnson. I think he called him Chris Young actually, but I know he knows Chris Johnson. And Derrick Henry, basically carrying it on. And he's like, who is there going to be someone next? Who is going to be? Can Ty J be the guy? Obviously, Tony Pollard's not going to be the guy, but he's going to be a big part of this for sure. But Ty J Spears has every ability in the world. I wonder if Ty J Spears is going to be able to take that next step and slowly work his way into possibly becoming the next guy of the now and future for the Tennessee Titans. I would love to know what you guys think in the comment section below.
Team with the new coach and the new GM and Rand Carthon and the direction the team's going now.
I love the way Rand's talking. Listen, man, I got patience, baby. I'm a Titans fan, so I'm just going to watch it play out. I got patience. I'm excited. I'm optimistic. Yeah. That's what I know for sure. And I hope they get good by next season because I got to fall off finally, so I'll be in a bunch of games.
And what are you hoping happens tomorrow here in the draft?
I hope we pick up that kid from Notre Dame. That's who I'm.
Oh, you hear him right there. And I'm going to let him talk real quick, but he mentions Jim Wyatt asks him about the who does he want the Titans to draft, and he mentions the Notre Dame, which is Joe Alt.
Hoping for either him or that kid from Penn State. We were just talking about it off camera now. I hope we get that kid from Notre Dame. That's who I'm cheering for.
And just talk about how you're.
He said, or the kid from Penn State. I'm assuming Olu Fashanu. That's crazy. But, you like who you like. It is what it is.
Career's gone. Antioch High School, you talked about being a juvenile.
Oh, man, Antioch High School, juvenile next door, performing at CMA Fest at Nissan Stadium this year. My dream in life is to headline Nissan Stadium.
Oh.
And my other dream in life is after I headline Nissan Stadium 3 years from then, headline the new Nissan Stadium. That's my goal. Thanks, brother.
That's crazy. He wants to host Nissan Stadium before Nissan Stadium is completely closed down, and he wants to also run the new stadium, which is going to be dope. He'll be able to, man. The dude's incredible. But going back to what he said about, with Tennessee being known for running backs, well, now I think we're just going to be known as a football team that that doesn't have any weaknesses, that is well coached, that is well prepared, that is ran by Miss Amy and Ran Carthon upstairs. I really feel like this is going to be a really good team. I think Jelly Roll's going to be happy. He says he's optimistic, and I am too. I really am. I'm excited. I think excited is my favorite word to use for this season. Hearing him talk about Steve McNair and Eddie George. Steve McNair was my first Titans jersey, a dark blue Steve McNair jersey. I remember going to school and wearing that, and I remember feeling like the coolest person because being in San Diego, I didn't feel like anybody, I didn't feel like there was Titans fans, bro. I didn't feel like there was any Titans fans. Very few that I ever saw. So I felt like it was my team in a way. And then, Twitter and shit, MySpace and Facebook and all that stuff. And you're like, oh, yep, there's other Titans fans. I'm in the wrong city, I guess. But I love this team. Shout out to Jelly Roll and all his success. It's great to hear what he has to say. Shout out to Jim Wyatt. Everyone follow Jim Wyatt on Twitter, YouTube. If he has YouTube, I don't even know. But shout out to Jim Wyatt. And that's crazy. I remember Jelly Roll was supposed to come down to San Diego, but the COVID kind of messed everything up right there. Otherwise, I would have been there. And this was a couple, I don't know, whenever COVID was. I don't even fucking remember the years anymore. But 3 years or so ago, whatever. Yeah, it's crazy when you hear someone like Jelly Roll, and when you see him, you guys can't see, but when you guys can see him, he looks like a kid in a candy store or a kid at Toys R Us. It's crazy, bro. You can see the happiness on his face when he talks Tennessee Titans, and that's how you know he's a true fan. So shout out Jelly Roll, shout out to Jim Wyatt, shout out to all Tennessee Titans fans everywhere. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about what Jelly Roll was saying. Let me know about your guys' favorite moments growing up as a kid, or even just growing up being a Titans fan, even if you aren't a kid. Put it in the comment section below. Make sure you guys hit that like button and always subscribe. I'm out of here. Make sure you guys always remember, you can't spell Titans without putting that T-A in it. Love y'all. Let's go. Wow.